Welcome to the FP Horizon, where we uncover the untold stories of Africa, the greatness, the wisdom, and the power the world tried to forget. If you believe our story deserves to be heard, don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop a comment to keep our history alive. Now, today on the FP Horizon, we'll be talking about Mansa Musa, the richest man to ever walk on earth. So grab a cup of coffee, relax, and let's journey through the golden empire of Mali. Imagine being so rich that when you traveled, you gave away so much gold, the economy of entire countries collapsed for years. This isn't a myth, and it didn't happen in Europe or America. It happened in Africa. Over 700 years ago, his name was Mansa Musa, the richest man in human history. But his story is more than just gold. It's about power, knowledge, empire, and how Africa once stood at the center of the world. To understand Mansa Musa, we first need to understand the empire he ruled, Mali. In the 14th century, Mali wasn't just a country, it was a superpower stretching across West Africa, controlling trade routes of salts, gold, ivory, and slaves. Mali was one of the wealthiest empires the world had ever seen. At its heart was Timbuktu, a city that became legendary not only for trade, but for knowledge, scholars, architects, traders, all converged there. And it was from this seat of power that Mansa Musa Keita I, better known as Mansa Musa, rose to the throne in 1312. Mansa Musa didn't inherit the throne directly. He became king after his predecessor, Abu Bakr II, supposedly set off on a voyage across the Atlantic, never to return. This left Musa in charge of one of the richest empires in history. And Musa didn't waste time. He consolidated power, expanded Mali's territories, and controlled some of the largest gold mines in the world. But the event that made him legendary wasn't his conquests. It was a journey that shook the medieval world. In 1324, Mansa Musa decided to embark on a pilgrimage to Mecca, fulfilling one of the 5 pillars of Islam. But unlike any pilgrim before him, Musa didn't travel humbly. He traveled as the richest man alive. According to historians, Musa left Mali with a caravan of over 60,000 people. He brought soldiers, servants, officials, and heralds. And most famously, he brought gold, so much gold that his camels, over 80 of them, each carried hundreds of pounds of it. When Musa arrived in Cairo, the world changed. He gave away gold so freely to the poor, to traders, to officials, that the value of gold itself collapsed. Prices skyrocketed, inflation spread, and it took decades for the Egyptian economy to recover. Think about that. One man with so much wealth. He disrupted the entire financial system of North Africa and the Middle East. But Mansa Musa's legacy was not just in gold. On his return to Mali, he invested in knowledge and culture. He commissioned the construction of mosques across the empire, the most famous being the Djingreba Mosque in Timbuktu, which still stands today. He brought back architects, scholars, and books. Under his reign, Timbuktu's University of Saqqara flourished, attracting students from across Africa and the Middle East. Timbuktu became the center of learning, science, law, and religion in Africa. Some historians call it the Oxford or Harvard of the medieval world. And all of this was fueled by Mansa Musa's vision of a wealthy, educated, and powerful empire. Historians estimate Mansa Musa's net worth, adjusted for today, at over $400 billion, making him richer than Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates combined. Despite this unimaginable wealth, Africa today struggles with poverty, corruption, and exploitation of its resources. The gold mines of Mali still exist, But instead of empowering Africa, they often enrich foreign companies. Mansa Musa's story is not just history, it's a reminder. Africa has always been rich. And the question is, why are Africans not in control of that wealth today? What lessons can we learn from Mansa Musa's vision of knowledge, self-reliance, and unity? Mansa Musa remains more than a legend. He is proof that Africa was and can be again a center of wealth, knowledge, and power. If you enjoyed this journey into Africa's past, subscribe for more stories that reveal the hidden truth of African history and its impact on our world today. Because Africa's story is the world story.